It's the 4th of September and it's 23 degrees outside. It feels more like 26. I was planning to sit outside, but it's kind of loud here. Lots of kids walking by and dogs and all kinds of things that can disturb you. So, in preparation for autumn, because I think we're gonna get there at some point, I decided to bring out all of my autumn WIPs, and with the exception of one, they're actually all UFOs because they have been in hibernation over summer. So anything that is left on the needles at the end of each season, I will put into hibernation, and they stop counting as WIPs or UFOs until that season rolls around again. So these are my autumn-winter UFOs that I am bringing back into rotation from now on. So, since summer has been lingering, I have decided to keep my summer WIPs in rotation until the end of September. I'm not going to talk about them today because this is all about my autumn UFOs and the one WIP. Just mentioning it, this is how I work. I think that this is the perfect time to do it because when it actually gets a bit colder, I will be ready to go. So what I will do in this episode is I will take a closer look on everything that is on my needles that is not a summer knit, and I will decide whether to finish or frog this item. And in some cases I may need help from you good people, we will see. If I remember correctly, I have 20 UFOs, or UFO, and one of them is a WIP. I keep saying this, it's important. But I think there are 20 of them. You can count them if you want and correct me if I'm wrong. Hi, hello, and a warm welcome to Knit in the City. Warm indeed. I am Rebecca, and I am actually dog sitting for a friend at the moment. He is downstairs because I think he's really confused as to why I am here and his mom and dad is not. I mean, he's quite happy, but he didn't want to come upstairs. So unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see him today, or at all maybe, I don't know. Never mind. My friend, who is also a knitter, has her own craft room. I'm so jealous, but that's where I'm at right now. And I will begin talking about the smaller pieces, like socks and accessories, and then I will move on to the main characters, the sweaters and the cardigan. And I'm all ready to jump in, and I hope you are too. So, the first category is socks, and the reason that I have this is a big category. And the reason for that is that a few summers ago I had a real sock craze, and that was before I got really serious about summer knitting and delving into plant fibers and things like that. So I just cast on so many socks, and that resulted in me getting a sock burnout, actually. So I have not been sock knitting almost at all the last few years. Happy news is that I actually cast on a sock at the end of this summer, and I also finished the sock design that I have been working on for years. I will talk more about that in a different episode. But here are all of my sock UFOs, even the one I promised I wouldn't talk about. I'm sorry about this, but fair is fair, I had to bring them all out. Okay, so the first one is The Bird by Karin AIda. And this pattern unfortunately does not exist anymore. I mean, it does exist, but you cannot get it anymore. And this is so much fun. I am knitting this in Drops Fabel, in this black color. And this is Knitricious Sock. This is like so neon, it's crazy neon. Knitricious sock yarn. All the names of the yarns will be in the description box, so if I don't remember the correct name, you can read it down there. I mean, look at this. How cute is this? As you can see, this is a cuff down construction, the way I prefer it. It has a heel flap and gusset, also the way I prefer it. I mean, I had actually decided to frog this because it was supposed to have this pattern under the foot as well, but I made stripes, and then when I went back and picked this up again, I undid the stripes because I thought I should just follow the pattern. But then it seems like I have done some kind of adjustment for size, because I think this only comes in one size. And then I couldn't get a full pattern repeat on the sole of the foot. So then I just ripped. It wasn't a lot of knitting, but still, I ripped out something that I'm just going to have to do exactly the same way again. So that's why I felt like I was going to frog the whole thing. But now that I see it, I just think that this is so cute, and I kind of want to continue. It was a long time ago that I did this horrible thing, so maybe I can just get over myself and get knitting on this again. I think I will. Yeah. So I will finish this, I hope. The next one is Lotte by Emily Joy Ricard. And this is from the lovely book 52 Weeks of Socks. I mean, if anyone can knit a pair of socks a week, I'm in awe, because I could never do that. Maybe if I was not doing anything else. But these are really cute. These do have the same construction, but it has like this kind of heel flap where, is this a partridge pattern? I don't know. I mean, you don't slip the same stitch the whole time. You alternate on the rows. This has a really nice kind of lace wrapped stitch kind of pattern here. This is only 4 repeats, and that gets boring quite fast. So that's why I haven't even finished the first. This is going to continue all the way down the foot. But yeah, I mean, it actually doesn't take that long to knit a pair of socks. Yeah, I know. I am knitting this in Järbo Junior Raggi, which is just your average sock yarn. The red here is Moods of Colors. Soft sock, I think it's called. Well, it will be there. And the third one, the dark gray one here, it's like a charcoal. I don't know what that is. And I also dropped it on the floor, but it's just like, this is also a standard sock yarn. I really want to finish these. I think they're really pretty. They're gonna look really good once finished. Okay, the third sock pattern. I have my laptop over here so I don't forget anything. The next one is, this is the one I promised that I wouldn't show you again, so I'm really sorry to have to do this to you. This is Boyland by Caitlin Hunter. This is also from 52 Weeks of Socks. I hate these socks, and that is not Caitlin Hunter's fault, nor the pattern's fault, nor the fault of the yarn. It's just all my fault because I wasn't paying attention, and I have frogged parts of these so many times. So I'm knitting this inside out now because sometimes I knit colorwork inside out because otherwise it just gets too tight. So I will show you the one that is not inside out because I don't have a full sock, but I still started the other one. This is also an unknown sock yarn. The main color here is, I don't know. I will figure this out, and yeah. The purple one is Sandnes Sisu, which is a great sock yarn. And as you can see, there are little nups in here, and it's all really cute. And actually, since I've been having so much trouble with these, at some point I decided to frog them, but the same thing happened again. Like when I see them, I think they look pretty cute and I kind of want them. So I think I'm gonna, because there's not that much work left. Oh, what a mess. There's not that much work left on these. These have a No, they have a heel flap gas. I think they actually have a short row heel in the pattern, but I did a heel flap gas because my instep is too deep. I cannot wear short row heels unless you modify them in some kind of way. I don't know what happened to my voice now. This is like whiskey voice all over again. Okay, so I will keep knitting on these. This is great when things lie around for forever, because then you lose all the horrible feelings you had about them before. Okay, the next one is also a 52 weeks of socks pattern. I was really excited when I bought this book, so I have to, I mean, I'm gonna be all over the place because there are so many things. This is Vervain by Sachiko Virgin. And this is very cute. I'm gonna put this on my hand because you're not gonna be able to see this beautiful lace pattern if I don't. Okay, so this is what this looks like. And I mean, the yarn is a bit, it's not variegated, but there are like different colors in it. And this is supposed to be a leaf pattern if you're not able to see that. These are also cuff down, heel flap and gusset socks. And as you can see, I finished the first one. This pattern also goes all the way down. This is a bit more complicated than the Lotte ones, but that also makes it more fun. I have knit these in Emililyknits Soft Silk, which is a merino silk blend, and we will see how these will wear. But I know that silk is a really, really strong fiber. The most long-lasting socks that I have is knit in Raggi silk. And I mean, I have had those for 15 years and they've only just started to thin under the sole. And I mean, that's not, I mean, I wear hard on my socks. Yeah. Okay, I will definitely finish these. I only have one sock to go. I'm actually thinking to do a knit along where we finish our socks together. But I will talk more about that later. There's so many things going on now that autumn has not actually started, but was supposed to start. But okay, I'm all over the place. Next sock is the snowshoe from Emily Foden. I love this pattern. I think this is the 6th pair that I'm knitting. 3 of them I've knit for myself and the other ones have been gifts. And I'm knitting this one for my oldest daughter because I knit a pair for my youngest a few years ago, I think, or last year, not sure. But where is it? Oh yeah, I see it now. Right, so this is such a fun pattern. You hold 2 strands of fingering weight yarn together. You knit these on 3.5mm needles, which makes this a really quick knit. And this is the WIP among all of these. So I started this in August, and the yarns I'm holding together is Panduro Fine sock. This is a self-striping yarn, like your regular sock yarn. I dropped the other one on the floor, just gonna go down and get it. And this is West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply solid. And look how nice these look together. Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep knitting on these. Her foot is not that much smaller than mine. We have big feet in my family, so I'm just gonna make it a wee bit shorter than I would have liked it, and then I think we're gonna be fine. I'm excited about this. This is not going to linger much. Okay, the last 2 socks that I'm going to talk about are both Christmas socks. A few years ago, I had an idea that I wanted a Christmas box of socks where I knit 1 pair of socks for every day in December until Christmas Day. So that would be 25 pairs of socks. I think I have 4 pairs of socks in my Christmas box of socks drawer or box. Weird. Okay, but I have 2 on the needles, and the first one is Järbo by Evelina Roos, and this is a toe-up sock, people. So that is the reason that this has been staying on my needles for quite some time actually. This is in a plastic bag, so I'm gonna be quiet while I open it. So here we are. It has an afterthought heel, and I have actually put the yarn in for this, where I'm going to unravel and make the heel. So, and I hope this is in the right place now, because with toe-up socks, I never know. This has a cute all-over stranded colorwork pattern, which is quite easy. I am knitting this in Raggi yarn. This is called Winter Stars. It was a winter collection many years ago. But this is like the perfect Christmas red. Then this yarn, I'm not really sure what this is. I might be able to find out. And then this is the Järbo Junior Raggi that I used for another pair of socks before. And I haven't started on this yet, but there is like a laurel motif around the cuff. And I can show you a picture so that you'll see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm gonna finish these because I've already done this much. Oh God, I just really don't like toe-up socks. I'm sorry. But I am gonna finish this, I promise. Right, the next one is from the same designer, Evelina Roos. This is called Pepparkakeland, and that means gingerbread country, freely translated. And it's actually from a Christmas song that is called Pepparkakeland. Okay, so here it is. This only came in one size, which was too small for me. Look how cute. These are gingerbread cookie shapes. And so I had to add a heart at the end here to make this big enough to fit me. Look at the cuff, how cute that is with the yarn overs. So I think I have reached the part where the heel is supposed to be started. I mean, these were actually quite fun to knit. It looks really big now. Maybe I could have gotten away with the size that was in the pattern. I don't know. But the yarn is Kremke soulwool, Edelweiss. And this one is a recycled polyester content together with the wool. And I also have this white yarn that I'm not really sure what it is. Maybe I can figure it out. I mean, these are really cute. I'm gonna finish them. That was the last sock. Now we've reached the next category, and that is accessories. And I only have two. It's a shawl and it's a collar. And the shawl, I think this is my longest standing UFO actually. This is the Haruni by Emily Ross. And this was hibernating for many years because I made a mistake somewhere along the way that I couldn't figure out what the mistake was, so I couldn't fix it. Oh, sorry. No need for you to see my armpit. But then when I picked it up years later, I realized that the mistake was a pretty simple one, and this kind of leafy lace is not that hard to knit, actually. I'm knitting this in Malabrigo lace. So this is really thin yarn. I didn't have a lot of this, so a really, really generous viewer gifted me some smaller balls of this yarn so that I could finish it. Have I finished it? I mean, I feel really ashamed. I should have done that. This has to be done this year. This has little beads as well. I don't know if you can see that. And I couldn't find those beads when I picked it back up, but I just continued without them. I mean, nobody's gonna notice that. It's gonna be fine. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I should. I mean, I have already broken one promise in this episode, but I feel like I want to promise to finish this year. I mean, at least knit as long as I have yarn, because if I don't have enough yarn, then I'll be forgiven, I think. So I am definitely finishing this, and that's a promise. That I can definitely promise. Okay, so the next one is the Vima collar by Sari Nordlund. And I mean, I love how pretty this is with the cables and things. I think I've made a mistake somewhere. This looks really wonky over here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, something looked wonky. Oh, I'm realizing this is going to be a really long episode. This pattern is quite involved. There is a lot going on here, like very different things going on. I am knitting this in an unknown merino yarn that I'm holding with an unknown mohair yarn. I don't think this is a silk mohair. It's more like a mohair acrylic blend, I think. But these are yarns that I had in my stash for a really long time. I definitely want to finish this because I really want the color. I am a shawl wearing person. I love my big shawls that I can wrap around myself. But when you're wearing a winter jacket and it goes all the way up here, it's hard to fit a shawl with that. So that's why I want a collar. I don't own a collar yet, so I'm definitely going to finish this one. Okay, next is sweaters, and this is also quite a large category, and that is mainly because I just love to knit sweaters and I just can't stop myself from casting on all of the beautiful things that are out there. First one that I haven't touched in a long time is the Never-Ending Story sweater by Susanne Müller, and this is a half brioche pattern. Oh no, I skipped a category. I had a category called vests or vest because it's only one. So I'm gonna get into that first. This is the Nordic Bloom, and I have talked about this recently, so I'll just be really quick about it. I'm knitting this in Rauma finull. This is a Caitlin Hunter pattern, and look at those beautiful flowers. I'm knitting this in Rauma finull, which is a lot thinner than the recommended yarn. That's also a Rauma yarn. But so I had to make a bigger size. I am done with everything except for binding off this button band. And this is an Italian bind off. And I just kept making mistakes like these. I mean, that doesn't look very good. And just going back and going back and going back until the yarn snapped. So I'm just gonna go back and I'm gonna splice some new fresh Rauma onto this and finish this stupid thing. And then I need to cut the steek. This is knit bottom up in the round, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm definitely finishing this soon. Okay, now sweaters. So the Never-Ending Story sweater by Susanne Müller, and this is what this looks like. This is a drop shoulder construction. It's a top-down knit. You start at the back, pick up for the fronts. I mean, look how nice this looks. I think she's actually using the wrong side of the half brioche, because look at the inside. This is what it usually looks like, right? So since this is brioche adjacent, it takes forever. It's kind of cropped at the moment. It has a lovely V-neck. I didn't have a lot of V-neck sweaters. The yarn I'm using is Viking Trend Merino, which is a non-superwash merino yarn. And you can see that it's non-superwash because it's felted already. But I mean, it's a really nice yarn. Let's see what happens when I start wearing it. I'm guessing that I'm gonna get some action under the arms, but that's fine because nobody's gonna look there anyway. I love this like sagey green color. I think it's gonna look nice once finished. So I will finish this. I haven't picked anything to frog it. I was thinking I was going to frog some socks, but yeah. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll just decide to finish everything. This one, definitely a finish. It's gonna take some time. Okay, the next one is the sweater number 20. And oh god, this is my favorite things knitwear pattern, and I love it. Oh, here it is. Look at this beauty. With all of these different cables. This is also a drop shoulder construction, worked top down. I had to frog some parts of this because this braid gave me trouble. I had turned it in the wrong direction at some point, but I think everything is in order now. And this has an Italian bind off, but this, I mean, I have learned that doing an Italian bind off in 2-2 rib, it just doesn't look good, as you can see, because you have to shift the places of the stitches before you do this. And no, we're not doing this again. Okay. So as you can see, I have finished the body and I have the sleeves left. And I mean, I feel so excited to be wearing this. So I mean, of course I'm going to finish this. I've put so much work into it and it's just really lovely. I am knitting this in Drops Daisy, which I really like. This is also a non-superwash merino, and the Drops Kidsilk. And they're both in the same color. It's like ice blue or something like that, which is also a color I really like. So this goes on the finish pile. The next one is the Storm sweater for my oldest daughter. And this is the third Storm sweater I'm knitting. And as I'm sure you're familiar, this is a petite knit pattern. And this is the third top-down drop shoulder construction. And this is a lot of fun. This is just knits and purls, so it's very simple, but it's also fun because you just, I mean, you don't get tired until it's time to just do a different pattern. And I have made a mistake here. I started the increases, I think, too late on one of these sides, the second side, because I was talking and not paying attention. So I need to rip that out and redo. I mean, it's not that much. It's only this part, like to before I started the increases. But I mean, you kind of don't want to do that. So that's why I put this away before summertime started. I am knitting this in Adlibris Nordic, which is 100% wool yarn. Looks like this. Very affordable. And I am definitely going to finish this because both me and little sister have a Storm sweater, and little sister has been wearing hers like crazy. I knit that in the same yarn, but the undyed version, so it's like a creamy white. Yeah, she really loves that sweater, has been wearing it a lot. Okay, so the next sweater is the Eun Sweater Light that I'm knitting for myself. And I have actually started knitting on this quite recently. So this is the second. So actually this is also not a UFO. I have two WIPs in this pile. And this is from November Knits. It's like a really nice staple sweater. You're supposed to fold the collar and sew it down. I have not decided whether I'm going to do that or not. I have finished the stockinette part of the body and I started the 2-2 rib here. It has like two really long flaps of ribbing, which also has a slit on the side. So there's one front one and one back one. And I'm enjoying this so far. It is knit in Drops Flora, which I'm holding with Drops Kidsilk, and this is a mess. They're not exactly the same color, but they go pretty well together. This color dulls this quite intense blue. I don't know if it looks intense in the camera, but so I get a color that I feel comfortable to wear. This I am definitely going to finish. I need more of these basic pieces in my wardrobe. Okay, and now I only have one sweater left, and this is a lot more fun. This is the No Limit sweater from Malabrigo. And this is a scrap yarn sweater. I knit one of these for my oldest daughter, and my youngest was just not into all these crazy colors. But then a few years later, she was like, she kind of wanted it, but she wanted to be in charge of which colors to use. So she has just, in collaboration with me, made this really classy version of the No Limit sweater. As you can see, this is knit bottom up. This is knit on really big needles. This is the sleeve. Look at that. I think this is size 9mm. And then you do the ribbing on this other one. What could this be? 6? I'm just guessing now. I will link the pattern so you can find out. So she has picked all these colors, and she is a soft autumn, so she's trying to pick colors that go well with her season. And I think she's doing a great job. This was so much fun to knit, but it halted because we're not together all the time. And also I picked out like a whole lot of yarns for her to choose from. And now she's kind of picked all the ones that she liked. So we're unsure as to how to proceed with this. But maybe I just have to go into my stash and pick some more things. I think this is doable. And I'd love to get on this again. Definitely finishing it. Okay, that was all the sweaters. Now we're on to cardigans. I only have 3 cardigans, and these will be the last 3 things that I talk about in this episode. I totally need more cardigans. It's just that they're not as fun to knit as sweaters. I think you know what I mean. But the first one is Fastas Kofta by Maja Karlsson, and this is a really pretty one. I haven't touched this in a long time. I finished the body. This is like supposed to be worn over, or I want to wear this over a dress, and the model in the book is also wearing it over a dress. Unfortunately, this book only comes in Swedish, I think. I dropped a few stitches here. This is a steeked cardigan that is knit bottom up. And it actually has the same pattern as the Christmas socks that I talked. I mean, I am knitting, this is like a really small needle. I think it's either 2.5 or 2.75mm. So, I mean, this takes forever. It's totally going to be worth it, but it's it's not that fun, actually. This looks really short, but it's supposed to be cropped. If I find that it's too cropped, I could just add a few rounds. It's not that big a deal. I started the sleeve here. Then I got fed up. And there is this little cute thing here where you put, on one arm you're putting your initials, on the other arm you're putting the year when you made it. And I mean, the jury's out on whether I'm going to put the year when I started knitting on this, or if I'm going to put the year that we currently have. Any ideas are welcome. Just drop me a comment. So this is Libbsticka finsk lantras, which is a Finnish sheep breed. This yarn is really lovely. It's rustic, but it also has a sheen to it, and it is, I think this is soft to the touch. If you're very sensitive, you probably wouldn't agree, but this is a really lovely yarn. The other one is the Klippans tvåtrådiga that I have been talking about a lot, but this is like just your average 2-ply wool yarn, which has 300 meters on a 100-gram hank. And this is a lovely bluish, purplish, grayish tone that I really like. So these two together work really well, and I am definitely going to finish this, and it's going to be really pretty. I have decided. Okay, so the next one is the August cardigan that I have been talking about not that long ago, and I am knitting this in Sandnes Sisu. And this is a V-neck cabled cardigan. It is knit top down. It has a raglan construction. I have finished the body and I've started on one of the sleeves. And if you're wondering about this situation, I felt like I didn't want the sleeves to be that much wider, because then I would have to add like, I don't remember, I think it's like 12 stitches, and then it would have been super wide. So I decided to have this design feature instead. And this is a little bit tight. I'm hoping to be able to block it out. And I have decided to keep going because this is an item of clothing that I'm lacking in I don't have a cabled cardigan in my wardrobe, and that is a real shame actually. That is something, and it's also white, so it's going to be super wearable. And the last cardigan that I have to talk about is, it is a UFO, but it's not a long-standing UFO because I started this in June and then I put it away because it's wool. So this is Sommarkoftan by Maja Karlsson, and this is a Järbo pattern. It's a free pattern, and the designer makes this summer cardigan, is what it means in English, and she makes a summer cardigan pattern, a free pattern, every summer, and it's a knit along. You get a clue, I think it's 4 different clues. And this is also Klippans tvåtrådiga that I have pulled from my stash. And I mean, I think this color work is really pretty. I also like my color choices, this gray and this dusty pink, and this is like a sagey green. Now you're seeing my armpit again. I'm so sorry about that. So, and this is, as you can see, knit from the top down, and I have some steek stitches here in the middle. And there is one more pattern down here. It's a leaf pattern before you just knit the plain gray all the way down. This has a round yoke construction, as many colorwork sweaters and cardigans have. And I'm excited to finish it. I mean, actually, look at me. I'm finishing everything. I really hope I can do it. I mean, I will touch base with you if I change my mind. But no, this is a really, really long video. That was the last pattern that I had. I would love to hear about things that have been languishing on your needles. Just drop me a comment down below. And I wish you happy knitting, happy autumn or spring if you're on the other side of the world. And have a nice one. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.